Iron supporting food banks collects food and cash donations for needy families in Newham Borough and beyond. Please consider making a donation via their Just Giving page, the link for which you will find in the description section of this stream. Come on, you Irons!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the West Ham Massive, and thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to like, comment on, and share this stream to your social media platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube. Put my teeth back in. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're new around here, and don't forget to hit the bell icon for alerts and new content, ladies and gentlemen. All these things take a few seconds for you to do. They're completely free of charge. I won't have your bank details. I won't phone you up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I won't come round and barbecue your cat or anything like that. I'm just going to sit here, produce content for you, which you can hopefully watch and drop a like on the stream. Thanks very much indeed for your support in this particular matter. So we're here obviously for the small matter of the Carabao Cup, or if you're a bit old school like me, you still call it the League Cup. Might even remember it as in its previous incarnations. My first memory of the League Cup as it was when it was known as the Milk Cup. I'm showing my age there because my first game was actually a Milk Cup fixture. The first game that I attended at Upton Park was a Milk Cup fixture where we played second round, second leg, 25th of October 1983, West Ham United 10, Bury 0. How's that? It was our record victory then. It's our record victory now. That was my first game. Tony Cottee got 4 goals. And it's been downhill ever since, really. Let's be completely honest about it. But we're in the hat tonight. It's a cup we could realistically win. We've done a lot of good business. I believe that if we hit the ground running, this is a realistic chance of silverware. I don't see why not. We'll obviously, the draw will sort that out. If we get drawn away to Manchester City we can't get drawn against them in this round because I don't know if you may or may not know, guys, but all of the European teams aren't in the competition at this stage. They will enter in the third round stage. Also, another little piece of news that you may or may not be aware of is that in the first and second rounds, and obviously the Premier League teams come in the second round, hence why we're doing this draw, it's regionalised. So you have a northern section and a southern section. Now, obviously, us being West Ham fans, this being a West Ham fan YouTube channel, we're going to be more centred on the southern side of the draw. Having said that, just in case there is anybody that's watching this that is passing by and actually is a supporter of a club that is from the north of the country, if you look at the ticker at the bottom, I've actually even prepared for you guys. I'm catering for everybody. I'm catering for anybody that comes along, whether you're a West Ham fan or not. That there is the ticker with all of the northern teams that are in the draw. As you can see there, you've got Barnsley, Barrow, Blackburn, Blackpool, Bolton, Burnley. You can see it. You get the idea. And their numbers are there from 1 through to 25, I think it is from memory. I'm just seeing it go across. 26, sorry. Middlesbrough was the last one. They've just beaten Leeds United by a scoreline of 3-0. There was actually 3 fixtures that took place tonight. That one, as I've just mentioned, Leeds 0, Middlesbrough 3. The other fixtures tonight were Hull City 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2, and Plymouth 3, Cheltenham 0. Obviously, Plymouth now managed by Wayne Rooney, who obviously got off to a bit of a bad start the other day. They got smashed 4-0. And there was a few little noises about, is he the right man for the job, etc., etc. They've obviously had a bit of a comeback tonight and obviously got a good victory against Cheltenham Town in the Cup. So let's also consider the matches that took place yesterday. Let's just go through that whilst we're waiting for the draw to commence. Yesterday, the fixtures were as follows and the results. Carlisle 0, Stoke 2. Leyton Orient 4, Newport County 1, Stockport County 1, Blackburn Rovers 6, Bromley 1, Wimbledon 2. Bit of a local derby, that one, as the crow flies. Burton Albion 0, Blackpool 4, Cambridge 1, QPR 2, Cardiff City 2, Bristol Rovers 0, Charlton Athletic, obviously a local team to where I live, Charlton Athletic 0, Birmingham 1, Colchester United, Reading finished 2-2, with Colchester United progressing after a 4-3 victory on penalties. There were there was also some other fixtures, just having a little look. So you've also got Crawley Town 4, Swindon Town 2, Derby 2, Chesterfield 1. Same scoreline for Fleetwood Town, West Bromwich Albion, Fleetwood winning 2-1. Grimsby Town, Bradford City finished 1-1, with Grimsby Town winning 9-8 on penalties, would you believe? Huddersfield Town 3, Morecambe 0 was another full-time result. Lincoln 1, Harrogate 2, Northampton 0, Wickham 2, Norwich 4, Stevenage 3, Oxford 2, Peterborough 0, Portsmouth 0, Millwall 1. So our old rivals are in the hat. Preston 2, Sunderland 0, Rotherham 2, Crewe 1, Salford 0, Doncaster 2, Shrewsbury, Notts County finished 3-3, with Shrewsbury winning 4-3 on penalties. Swansea 3, Gillingham 1, Tranmere 3, Accrington 0, Walsall, Exeter finished 1-1, with Walsall winning on a 4-3 on a penalty shootout. Watford 5, Milton Keynes Dons 0. Wigan Athletic, Barnsley finished 1-1, with Barnsley winning 4-2 on pens. And the last fixture is Sheffield United 4, Wrexham 2. So they were all of the fixtures taken care of. And as I say, that on the bottom is the northern section. You can see it scrolling along. Whilst we're waiting for this, as I say, obviously this is something I really can't control, obviously, how long they're going to take to obviously do what they've got to do the interviews and all the rest of it, Sky TV. Obviously, you've got the coverage of the Carabao Cup, so they'll probably be getting a few interviews done as I'm waffling away and boring you all senseless. But that along the bottom is the northern section. Let's also have a look at the if anybody's interested. And I guess that most of you guys are really interested in the southern section of the draw. As I say, it's regionalised. I understand that, because obviously, you know, it must be quite difficult. Let's say you're in the first round, so you're a League One, League Two, that sort of level team, and you're Carlisle United, for example, and you get drawn away against Plymouth. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's one hell of a journey, isn't it? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of time. It's a bit of a ball ache. So having it regionalised in the first 2 rounds, which is after this round, my understanding is that's it, done, is kind of, I guess it kind of makes sense. It's trying to sort of save those smaller clubs that obviously travelling from one end of the country to the other and then back again. It's a big expenditure that they could probably do without, to be quite honest with you. Anyway, whilst we're waiting for the draw to commence, and as I say, apologies for that, guys. There's literally nothing I can do to sort of mitigate that. It is what it is. So I'm just going to have to keep rabbiting away. You guys are going to obviously be getting your comments into the comments. Please do. And as I say, guys, there's 91 of you that are watching live. If we can get all of you, 94, it's just gone up by another 3. If we can get all of you putting a thumbs up on this stream, just remember that's completely free to do, and it's just a click of a mouse. And don't forget to subscribe. The numbers have really gone up on the channel. I mean, we restarted the channel just over 3 weeks ago, and we was on 499 subscribers. We're now up to, last I looked, and I'm just going to refresh it now, we was on 902. It's actually now 906. That's absolutely superb work. And guys, I can't do it without you. This is really good work, and I do thank you so much. I really, really do. We've got 33 likes on the stream as of right now. And as I say, there's 101 of you watching live, 101. Now, please, if you haven't put a like on the stream, please do. It seems like a simple thing, and I don't understand how it works, but all of the likes pushes the content that we put out on the channel. It will push it out to people that otherwise, if you guys don't like it, they might not receive it. We might not get the subscribers. So it's a simple little thing. As I say, it costs nothing. We don't get your bank account details. I won't come around to where you live and start sort of like busking outside your front door or anything daft like that. Please just give us a subscribe, like the stream, Appreciate it. Let's have a look at some of your comments. As I say, I've been waffling on a bit. Mr. Singleton, Leeds not in it, losing 3-0 to Middlesbrough. Well, they went on to lose. So just going to sort of like rattle through a few of your comments. We got the draw starting now. Right. Okay. So Coventry's the first one that's pulled out. Coventry City. And they will be playing, excuse me, Oxford United. So Coventry City will play Oxford United. Swansea City. Swansea City get the home draw and they will be playing Wycombe Wanderers. Wycombe Wanderers get the trip to Swansea City. Wimbledon. AFC Wimbledon. 1988 FA Cup winners. Ipswich Town, ladies and gentlemen. Ipswich Town are going to Plough Lane. It's a nice stadium they've got there. Birmingham City. Birmingham City get a home draw. And they will be against Fulham. Premier League Fulham going to St Andrews, ladies and gentlemen. Watford. Could we be going to Vicarage Road? Remember, it's regionalised, so they got Plymouth. Ooh. Obviously, as you can see there, guys, you know what our number is and you know what... Sorry? West Ham. We're out. Here we come. We got a home tie, ladies and gentlemen. Who have we got? Bournemouth. An all Premier League tie at London Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. West Ham, Bournemouth. Stick around. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Queen's Park Rangers, home tie. Queen's Park Rangers. Excuse me? Luton Town. Queen's Park Rangers against Luton Town, who won this competition in 1988. Brighton and Hove Albion. Home tie. The Amex Stadium. They will be playing Crawley. Crawley Town. Crystal Palace. Home draw, Selhurst Park. We play them in the second fixture in the Premier League. Who are they going to be facing? Norwich City. I think they were finalists in 84 from memory. Cardiff City. The Bluebirds. Who have they got? Home draw for Cardiff City. They will face Southampton. Cardiff City, Southampton. What could possibly go wrong there, ladies and gentlemen? Millwall. They get a home tie. Metropolitan Police are going to be a little bit concerned. Leyton Orient. So Millwall play an East London club, but it's not the claret and blue version. Millwall, Leyton Orient. Pardon? So Colchester United, last one in the southern section. Who, sorry? Brentford. Colchester United, Brentford. Well, that's the southern section done. But just in case there's any of you guys that are actually supporters of northern clubs, because we do have people that come in that are not necessarily West Ham fans. So stick around, guys. We'll have a little chat after this is done. So don't bugger off just yet unless you need to get up for early for work or whatever. Stick around. But let's do the northern part of the draw. Let me just change the banner because we know what's going on there, don't we? So let's have a little wee look. Wait for them to get the northern part of the draw going. So 911 subscribers. That's brilliant. 51 likes. And we've got 102 of you watching. As I say, guys, if we can get the rest of you that haven't put a like on the stream to please do that before you all disappear, I would really, really appreciate it. We've got someone here from Sheffield. Welcome, welcome, sir. Welcome along. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. So you're going to be coming out. Are you looking for a Sheffield derby? Are you going to be hoping for a game against your cross city rivals, the Owls? Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United. There's no love lost there. Let's see how this all comes out then, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what we got. Grimsby Town. Grimsby Town. It's grim in Grimsby. Oh, and I said Sheffield, but it's the other one. It's Sheffield Wednesday. It's Sheffield Wednesday going to Grimsby. Everton. Everton with a home tie. Everton, they have got Doncaster Rovers. Everton home tie against Doncaster Rovers. That could be tricky. Depends on the team they put out, I guess. Excuse me? Blackburn Rovers. Blackburn Rovers. What did they win it in 2001, if I remember correctly? Blackpool. Bit of a local game, that. Lancashire Derby. Blackburn, Blackpool. Fleetwood Town, ladies and gentlemen. Fleetwood Town. And they will have a home tie against Rotherham. Fleetwood Town, Rotherham. Some interesting ties. Still a few more to filter their way through. Shrewsbury. Now, is it Shrewsbury or is it Shrewsbury? It's one of those, isn't it? You say potato, I say potato. Bolton Wanderers. Sam Allardyce's old team. Runners up in 95, I believe, against Liverpool. Nottingham Forest. They've won this title many times under Brian Clough. Newcastle United. Nottingham Forest home tie against Newcastle United. Second round. Barrow come out of the hat. They get the home tie. Is that going to be an advantage for them? We shall see. Derby County. Derby County. Thank you for your support. Leicester City. Again, they've won this before. I remember they beat Tranmere Rovers at Wembley. They beat... And just as I say that, Tranmere. That you couldn't have scripted that. I'm talking about Tranmere and out they come. It's like I'm psychic. It's incredible. Middlesbrough, who just beat Leeds United. They obviously won it in 2004, if I remember correctly, at Cardiff. Was it? Yes. Stoke City. Stoke City. That will be an interesting game. Barnsley. The Barnsley Chops. Barnsley Chops. Making me hungry. Sheffield United. Right. Okay. DAPB 77. That's yours. That's for you. Harrogate. Not far from Sheffield, that. Not as the crow flies. Harrogate Town get Preston North End. Ooh. Some good ties coming out here, ladies and gentlemen. Some mouth. Walsall. Jimmy Walker's old team. Walsall. Who have they got? Huddersfield. Did you like that? Beautiful. What else? Wolverhampton Wanderers. Home tie at Molineux. I think they won it in 1980, if I remember rightly, when we won the FA Cup. Burnley. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the draw. If there's anybody that's here that is a supporter of other teams other than West Ham United, I do sincerely thank you. You know, the fact that you've stumbled across this channel and you've decided to sort of watch me rambling on, and maybe have even considered dropping a like on the stream and subscribing, just saying, really does actually mean a lot to me. It's probably in a strange sort of way. It actually means a little bit. And I don't mean to do West Ham fans down, and don't unsubscribe or anything. But do you know what I mean? I think it probably takes more effort for fans that are not West Ham fans to subscribe to a YouTube channel that is a West Ham fan YouTube channel, if you catch my drift. But The important news for West Ham fans that are still watching, after I've just sort of probably offended everybody, and I don't mean to, but you can kind of catch my drift, is the important one as far as we're concerned, is we've obviously got a home tie against Bournemouth in the second round of the Carabao Cup. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Get them into the comments section. And if any of you guys like DAPB77, tell me what about your tie. If there's any guys that are in the chat that are not West Ham United fans, and that's great, not a problem. Tell me about your tie. What do you think about your chances of progressing? Are you happy? You know, would you have preferred another team? Was there someone that you had your eye on that you thought, I'd really like to get them and get them sort of like give them a good kicking or whatever? Not literally, a metaphor, a good kid kicking in a metaphorical sense. No violence here. It's all good. We got 912 subscribers and 70 likes. This is brilliant. Thank you very much, guys. Do appreciate it. 95 of you stuck with me. The draw's finished, but you've stuck with me. I do appreciate it. So I'm guessing you find this mildly entertaining to some degree. Why, I do not know, but it is what it is. Yep. Gemma says it's such a boring fixture. Are you talking about West Ham and Bournemouth? Listen, we got a home tie, Gemma. That's the main thing. If you're talking about West Ham, then it's a home tie. You know, I'm quite happy with that, and exactly that. You cannot ask for more than a home tie. And it's quite likely, Charlie. We may well be a TV tie. You're quite right. In actual fact, if you want, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Just to sort of like jazz it up a little bit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to send Charlie. I'm going to send him an invitation, right? And it's up to you if you come on or not, Charlie. And I am also going to send an invitation to. Where is it? Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. This is just to sort of like have a little chew of the fat over the draw, you know, what people think. I've just sent you an invitation, Tony. If you want to jump on as well, you're more than welcome. Please feel free. If you can't, then it's not a problem. But, you know, if you fancy it, please do come and join us. Guys, that is, as I say, the fact that we've got a home draw. I'm quite optimistic. I mean, look, you know, we haven't kicked a ball in the Premier League yet, so it's probably a little bit of one of those where it's like, let's see how we start, and then we can probably judge it a little bit better. But right now, I think that realistically, I'm not actually sort of too out of my pram over it. We are joined by, ladies and gentlemen, Tony from Early Doors Football TV. How the devil are you, sir?
I'm doing very well, and I need to change that now because I'm over the 400. How are you, Rob?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I'm reasonably content with that. What say you?
Yeah, I am as well. I think it's I won't say it's an easy draw, but it's good to get that one over the line. And let's see what we can do.
I mean, do you think that obviously we've got a squad that at this precise moment in time is fairly well stocked, full of talent and everything? Do you think that Lopetegui is going to go maybe, if not sort of full throttle for this one? Do you think he's going to go sort of like strong, or do you think that maybe he's probably going to put out a team of kids and reserves? How do you think he's going to approach it?
I think he might go out strong first of all. I think he wants to see progression, and obviously, I think silverware is part of the agenda for the club, especially all the signings we've done so far. So I think that's the case. It will go out strong.
Yeah, I've just spotted that Mr. Fever is lurking in the live chat. I've just sent you the link as well. If you want to come on, if you need to get to bed, mate, it's not a problem. I always send the invite out, and it's always an open invitation. If you can make it, that's great. If you can't, then it is what it is. Charlie, I don't know if your phone's mucking around, mate. Hang on. There we go. How are you, mate? It's technology.
There we go. You caught me off guard. I was sitting. Can't lie. I was sitting on the sofa, feet up. And
And then all of
I
a
thought,
sudden
well,
your WhatsApp went and you're like, oh Christ, what's going on? As I said, it's if you
yeah,
can come on, and if you can't, then don't worry about it. But what was your thoughts,
we're on a
Charlie,
temporary setup.
on the draw?
Dull, wasn't it? Bit dull.
Well,
Home tie, Premier League side. We played Bournemouth enough. We've played them twice a season already, so I would rather it have been someone else. We obviously all wanted the Millwall draw. But
you wanted Millwall.
yeah, of course we wanted Millwall. We always want Millwall. It's got to happen one day, isn't it? One day.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, no, I'd rather a lower league side.
Room and they're not there. I thought it might have been James coming in. I heard there's a little noise that chirps off in my ear roll, and then I've looked and there's no one there. But sorry, gents.
With his James and that, he probably hasn't charged his phone up. You know what he's like. He's always
I do.
Yeah,
he's a bloody nightmare.
Hit and miss with that.
Yeah. But so you weren't overly enthused then, Charlie? Nothing.
Nah, not particularly. As I say, rather a bit more of an interesting tie, but it's winnable. It's at home. It's going to be a TV tie. So, well, you'd imagine so, being only one of two all Premier League ties. I think it's going to be on telly. So that place is going to be absolutely dead in a couple of weeks for this game, I think. But I'll be there. I'm sure you would as well, probably.
In all likelihood, that's true.
Yeah.
James, how about you? I've got the thoughts of the chaps as far as the draw's concerned. Are you sort of similarly like Charlie, where you're a bit sort of, whatever, or are you quite excited?
Oh, I'm happy, mate. I'm happy. It's another game in London. We ain't got to travel nowhere, so that's another good sign. Do you know what I'm saying? And you know what? A home draw for everyone. Like, how many times do we get an away draw to somewhere? And you know what I mean? We're going somewhere up north or something. So you know what? It is what it is. Like, do you know what I'm saying? If we're going to win it, it's best of to start like that and get going. Obviously, we would have liked to lower ranked team, but Bournemouth at home, I expect West Ham to win. Simple as that, and put them to bed.
Do you know what? In a funny way, I get what you're saying about you'd have preferred a team that was ranked a little bit lower down the pyramid. But let me just put it to you three gentlemen, and I'll start with you if I may, Tony. Is there a sort of case to say that playing against a team that's a Premier League team, as opposed to playing a team where we're playing a Championship team, League One, League Two, where, look, let's be completely honest, the expectation would 100% be that we should win, especially at home. Whereas we're playing a team that's in the same league, the same division that we are. So that the fact that we're playing a team that's on a similar footing to us, does that actually mean that we're going to approach it more seriously and there's no complacency that's going to creep in?
There is a possibility. I mean, best example for me is when you think, Sunday League football. When you're playing a team that's good, you tend to play to their level. When you're playing a team that's down the bottom end of the table, you play crap. And I think if you look at it, I agree with you. When you're playing a Premier League team, you are expected to kind of match them because at the end of the day, we want to progress. We want to get through to the next round. Whereas with a Championship side, I mean, if you look at under Moisey and that, you could have predicted anything that could have happened there because it could have gone either way. With Lopetegui, the jury's still out. We don't know where he's going to go with it. So I'm hoping in certain respects he will take it seriously. And also I like to think he would kind of play some of the academy and youth players, see what they can actually do. Because I think we need to see that as well.
How about yourself, Charlie?
We've had this conversation many times, Rob. You know my opinion on the cups. Full strength, especially against a Premier League team. We can't win anything against Aston Villa on Saturday. We can't win anything. But if we go out against Bournemouth at home. And let's be frank, it's the Premier League side and the same league as us. But we'll be heavy favourites for that game, and it will be people will be fuming if we go out against Bournemouth. So I think, I don't see many academy prospects being around come that game and the week after when the transfer window closes. So I don't think you'll see many of them. I don't think you'll see the fringe players like Cornet, Ings, anyone like that. I think it'll be the first team squad will be heavy favourites. Yeah, I think there probably is an element of complacency when you play lower league sides, but I don't know. I wouldn't expect that 2 weeks into a new manager's reign anyway. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be an interesting game.
Before I sort of turn the same question to James, just to reference Darren's question that he put in the live chat just a little while ago, the second round matches are commencing on the week commencing the 26th of August. So it's not that far away. So, James,
Basically 2 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, same question to you as the other chaps. Do you think that the fact that we've got a Premier League team that we're going up against is in a way to our advantage because we're not going to underestimate them, or we're less likely to?
I don't know really, but there's a lot of pressure on Lopetegui now. Honestly, because if he goes out against Bournemouth at home, then people will look at him and go, "Well, what's going on there?" sort of thing. I expect West Ham to win, mate. I expect West Ham to win. West Ham have got a good side. They've got firepower up front. They've got places on the bench who can come in and change. I expect West Ham to go through Bournemouth and put them to the sword. This is like, yeah, they're a Premier League outfit, but we should be aiming higher than them. You know what I'm saying? If it was away from home at their gaff, maybe it's a bit of a different story. Because at Bournemouth we don't really do a lot down there, but at home I expect us to win. And I'm not being funny. It wouldn't surprise me if we won 2-0. If I'm being honest.
Ricky makes a great point. It's another non-concession tie, so there could be a boycott on the cards. Keep with you there, James. What's your thoughts on that?
It's for me, yeah. If you're going to boycott, you have to start boycotting every game, not just boycotting certain games. Like because then you can't ever go at the manager if it doesn't work out for us. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're going to go down the route of boycotting, and I get it 100%. Right, you should do mass walkouts on live games and things like that. Like, you can't keep just targeting individual small games because it ain't going to do no damage. Like, no one's going to know about the Carabao Cup in Leeds, but I can guarantee you, if fans walked out against Villa on the 75th, 80th minute on Saturday night, people would know around the world very fast what's going on. So, I get it, but I think it needs to be more intense, as I've always say.
How about yourself, Charlie? Thinking of the boycott could happen?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was pushed again by Hammers United. And I get what they're trying to do with this, and I get what I've signed a petition. I think everyone should sign a petition and get behind it. But personally, I think all the tactics are totally wrong. We can't do boycotts in games where hardly anyone's going to turn up in any case. Whether there was a boycott against Celta Vigo or not last weekend, that stadium was going to be half empty. It doesn't make a statement. We're only protests and boycotts that only suit us when it suits us. It doesn't work for me. I think if you're going to do the game to do a boycott, would have been the first game of the season live on Sky. I'm not saying I don't want to go to Villa, but if that had been first game of the season, new manager, nothing. We make it clear it's nothing against the players or the manager, but that stadium's half empty, or as you say, no one comes back after half time and walks out on 20 minutes or whatever. That's a statement. No one going to a pre-season friendly. No one cares. So, although saying that, it does look like they've backtracked a little bit on the concessions today, hasn't it?
All right, I haven't seen that.
So I haven't looked into it in detail, but I think from a few text messages I saw in the group chat that we're both in, Rob, is basically they're going to be reintroducing concessions in all bands aside from the 1966 seats, both east and west. For
nice
category, but the caveat. Let me put the caveat in for all category B and lower games. Category
right.
A and double A games. They are putting the concessions back in for all bands except for 1 and 2, I believe. I could have got the details slightly wrong, but it sounds like they've backtracked a little bit today. I don't think it's certainly not back to what it was before the changes over the summer, but it seems to be having some effect, although I do think the tactics are probably wrong. We can't just protest when it suits us.
Before I turn the question to Tony, obviously you can see on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, that is the petition that we are referring to on the change.org website. I have literally just now put in the live chat the link that will take anybody that is watching this. And I don't particularly care whether you are a West Ham fan or a Millwall fan or a Spurs fan, or you're not actually that fussed about football, but you sort of have a passing interest in it. This is really important that this petition is signed by all, because if this is going to happen at West Ham and you're not, let's say you're not a West Ham fan, dear viewer, and let's say you're a fan of let's go Cardiff City, okay? Rest assured, if this happens at West Ham, it will happen one day in the not too distant future at your club. I can guarantee you that. So please, 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 whatever your allegiance is, whatever your thoughts are on whether you're in that age demographic that's affected, that's children, that's OAPs, that's people who have disabilities. It may not affect you directly, but at some point, someone will be inconvenienced by this. So just do us a favor. Get on that link, click the link. It will take you to this page here that I've got up on the screen. Currently, there's just over 16,600 signatories on this. The next goal is 25,000. So we need to get this number bumped up, ladies and gentlemen. Please, please, please. Tony, over to you. Do you think this is going to be possibly a boycott game that we're looking at?
If it is, I mean, I agree with what James and Charlie's saying. I mean, if you're going to back it, you've got to back it to the hilt, and you've got to be consistent all the way through to make an impact. Just picking specific games and that, you're not going to be a dent. I mean, not being funny. I mean, look at Arsenal. They were supposed to do some boycott, and only 200 fans turned up, which was nothing. But we have to make sure that if we're going to do something and make an impact. I mean, if Charlie said that they're looking to reduce concessions on certain tickets, then it's obviously kind of made them sit up and think. So we've got to carry this on to make real impact. And if we don't, then as much as you can see the cause behind it, it will lose its importance. And before you know it, it will fade away and it'll be gone.
I agree 100%. As you say, they've backtracked to a point. And I think that, now is not the time to say, okay, that's it. We can now sort of rest back on our deck chair and relax. Yeah. I think that this is where we need to keep the pressure up. Charlie, you was about to say something just there, mate.
Yeah, sorry. No, I'm just going to say, I don't think it's been spoken about enough, but this petition, so many people that I've spoken to have signed it, not actually realised you have to confirm your signature on your email account for it to count. I suspect that number is significantly higher from, I don't know, tens of people I spoke to said they signed it and not confirmed it via email, so it's not counting. I don't think that's being pushed enough, that it doesn't count until you confirm it via your email. So I think that's probably one of the things that's keeping this number too low. 16,000 is pretty, well, I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's pretty pathetic for a club that's got 50, 60,000 season ticket holders and God knows how many 150,000 people turned up at the trophy parade. 16,000 seems like nothing.
No, it's a drop in the ocean, really, isn't it? But there you go. Right, I'm probably going to wrap this up fairly swiftly, ladies and gentlemen. But before we do, I'm just going to give, first of all, I'm going to give Tony just a quick opportunity to give his YouTube channel a very quick plug, if you would like to.
Sure, it's Early Doors Football TV, as you can see the name there. I had Rob on early on the show. James has also done a spotlight as well with me. So yeah, please go and watch that as well. Links will be in the description for that. And thanks for having me on, Rob.
And I'll also give James the same courtesy. Off you go, James.
Yeah, if you want to come over and subscribe to me, you're more than welcome to. But don't worry about me. Worry about these guys. Get Rob to 1,000. Get Tony to 1,000, and everyone's a winner. Do you know what I mean? So listen, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Tony's channel, and if you want to come over and subscribe to my channel, you're more than welcome.
I would say that I'd give you the same courtesy, Charlie, but unfortunately, or fortunately, you don't have one.
No, I just guest appear whenever anyone will have me, so that'll do for me.
That's fine, mate. No problem. You're always welcome here, my friend. Yeah, I think that concludes our business for the day. We've obviously got the home draw against Bournemouth, which will take place the week commencing the 26th of August, which is what, next week after?
2 weeks.
Yeah, so it will be upon us very quickly. So yeah, let's wait and see. We're obviously going to come out, and I know obviously just to sort of reference this question here, I'm not ignoring you, West Ham Irons, but I'm not going to talk about that until we do the match preview. So I don't want to sort of like, I need to keep my powder dry. Do you know what I mean? So, because otherwise, if I tell you the lineup now, when we do the match preview, you've got no reason to watch it, have you? So, got to keep you on the hook. That's just the way it works, mate. It's nothing personal. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. I really do appreciate it. And for those of you that have been watching, thanks for coming along. Please don't forget to like this stream before you disappear. Comment on it. Share the stream to your social media platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the bell icon for alerts of new content. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much indeed for your support in this matter. All these things are free to do. We don't have your bank details, and I'm not going to bug you with 2 o'clock phone calls where I'm serenading you with, I don't know, I Should Be So Lucky by Kylie Minogue. I can't sing, so it wouldn't happen. Don't panic. Thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to give your supports to the Iron Supporting Food Banks charity. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Iron Supporting Food Banks collects food and cash donations for needy families in Newham Borough and beyond. Please consider making a donation via their Just Giving page, the link for which you will find in the description section of this stream. Come on, you Irons.